guys, Nika coming at you with another garden update. Today's July 5th. Thank you for joining me. Welcome to my channel. We're going to do a quick garden update. There's a lot of activity in my garden. A lot of things are starting to produce fruit and we're starting to harvest. So let's do this quick garden update. Take a look. So guys, look at my zucchini squash. I am getting a lot of flowers in here. Look at that. And then I decided to put a little marigold in there. I saw some squash bugs in this container. You know how zucchinis attract squash bugs and then it kills the whole plant. So I put a marigold in there and I kind of pruned the leaves around it so it'll grow. And I haven't seen any squash bugs in here. Let's look. What is that? Okay. So I have a lot of flowers. Look at that. So I'm hoping to get a lot of zucchini. It looks promising. Oh, there's a squash bug. Oh my gosh. I don't like those. There's a squash bug right there. And it's right by the marigold. He's just hanging out there. That's making me mad. Squash bugs, guys. That will really kill this plant. I'm just going to pull him off of there. Get out of here. So I'm going to have to put some diatomaceous dirt on here. That usually stops a lot of things. It's food grade. So let me go get some and put some on this plant and see if that'll help those squash bugs to stay away. And then we have turnips. These turnips, they're starting to wilt and it almost looks like they're starting to seed. So let's see what we have in here. As far as turnips, I think I'm going to pick these turnips and then start growing some more. We're going to plant some more turnips for the fall. These greens are so good. I've been eating them all summer. I also have some okra. Lots of okra, guys. Look at that. Look at that cluster. So I'm getting a lot of okra in my garden. Look at that big old okra. I am going to cook that baby. I get okra every day. I just come up and eat it. I love okra, just even raw. You can put it in a lot of dishes, black-eyed peas. You can fry okra. It just makes the dish have a special taste. Then I have my onions. These leaves are starting to bend. So I am going to take these out of here. We're going to harvest these and see what we get. Let me actually just pull one and see how big these are. Oh, they're pretty big. All right. Those are pretty nice. I have whites and reds and purples. Onions. So, that's going to be good. I'm going to cook with that tonight. Look at my cucumbers. I am starting to get cucumbers, guys. This is so exciting. Look at that. I'm getting quite a few. I am not going to prune these on the top vines. I've decided not to prune as much this year. So look at that. I'm getting quite a few cucumbers. I'm going to prune down here by the roots, but that's it. Don't over prune your plants. I think that kills them or stalls the growth. And I'm not going to prune my tomatoes as much this year either. And then I have these potatoes. I planted these about 2 weeks ago, just the slips. And they're starting to come up. Some of these other ones are starting to come up too. So I'm excited about that. And I'm going to harvest some other potatoes that I have growing. And I actually harvested some. I have a cooking video that I showed you, a rosemary chicken video last week. I showed part of it. And Those potatoes looked really good. They tasted good too. I also have these sweet potatoes that I grew from slips. They are doing great this year. This is my first time growing sweet potatoes from slips. I had tried just planting just a sweet potato. That didn't work, but the slips, they work. I'm kind of getting excited about that. And then I have some thyme. And look at my broccoli, guys. I am ready to pick these. I'm going to take these and steam them and eat these because they're ready to harvest. You don't want them to get too much bigger than this. I should have harvested these a while back because they're starting to turn brown. That might affect the taste. But I'm going to pick these tonight and I'm going to steam them and eat these up. My broccoli is doing really good. I've been eating these broccoli leaves. They're so good and delicious, especially with those turnips. Look at my peppers, guys. Look how many I'm getting. Those are going to be so good. These are easy to dry and store. They last a very long time. And I'm getting quite a few. These are Cajun peppers. Have a lot of flowering in here. I don't see any peppers really. There's a couple. I'm getting peppers, the Cajun peppers too, guys. Lots of flowers. So these peppers are doing really good. And it's time to harvest my carrots. They're starting to seed up. Let's pull this carrot and see what we get. That one seems like it's huge. Oh boy. Well, that's pretty big for a container garden carrot. I got 1, 2, 3 of them came out. 3 of them came out. So I'm going to harvest these. Oh, look at this one. Let's pull this one. We're going to eat carrots tonight. All these ones came out pretty good too. I'm going to harvest these and I'm probably just going to steam these with those broccoli florets that I have there. This is going to be my dinner tonight. Look at that. So these carrots are doing pretty good. They're baby carrots, but that's fine. Let me pull this one. Yeah, I'm going to eat these tonight with those broccoli florets. Those are going to be good. And here's my celery. It's seeding up. It's flowering still. I have all these little, I don't know if you can see those. See all those little flies or bees? I guess they're bees. And they're pollinating. This celery is attracting them. Look at that. So I always have celery, guys. It's not expensive in the store, but it grows wild in my yard. I have 2 containers of celery. I planted it like 3 years ago, and it stays green year round. So you always have celery in Zone 7. High altitude desert. And here's some more potatoes that I need to harvest. We'll be harvesting these soon. Potatoes last in these containers. They last until you want to harvest them, and they keep growing bigger and bigger. So you don't have to be in a hurry to harvest them. You can just pull them out and use them as you need them. I got huge potatoes, especially the purple ones. They got ginormous. Insane. And then this is interesting to me. I have these, I'm thinking those are cow beans. Look how long those are. So these are starting to mature. And I don't think they're ready yet, but I'm just going to pick this one and taste it. Those are good. Look at that one. Oh, those taste good. But these ones are about out of season. Look how big those are. And I've tasted them, they're very rough. So I'm just going to let those go to seed and then put them back in this bucket and see when they'll start to grow again. We might get a fall crop. I just put all kinds of beans in this container just to experiment with them. But these beans taste really good. My raspberry's doing really good. Look at that. It's just insane how big that's getting. It's just throwing shoots off even out of the bucket. Look at that's just growing out of that hole out of the bucket. I hope I get some raspberries. I don't see any raspberries forming though, but it's still growing. It's doing its thing. And I have all these collard greens. These collard greens are so good. I've been eating them with the turnip greens, the broccoli greens, the turnips. And they are so healthy for you. So easy to grow, so easy to make. And then I have some strawberries that are forming again. My strawberries are flowering and forming. I was not expecting that until a little later in the season, but I'm not complaining. And then I have this butter crunch lettuce. I've been making a lot of salads. My garden is doing so good this year. I don't even have to go to the grocery store. I'm just eating out of my garden. These are those green onions, bunching onions. These stay green all year round. Look how big they're getting. It's amazing. I planted these. They were growing inside. They were little tiny wilt things. Look, I have a picture from then. Take a look. And then I put them in this pot. Look how big they got. And they'll stay green all year. I decided I'm just going to grow onions outside in zone 7. They last all year long. Look at how tall those are and how thick they are. I got to trim these down. I was trying to see how tall they're getting, but they're going insane. Look at that. And I have 2 things of mint growing. And then I have my tomatoes, and I decided I'm not going to prune these tomatoes this year. I usually stand out here in the hot sun pruning. Last year, I neglected my garden probably in August, and I got so many tomatoes when I came back, just letting them grow and watering them. I put a soaker system on them for like 3 weeks, and look how many I got. Take a look. That's a lot of tomatoes for not doing anything at all. So this year I decided I'm not pruning any of them. Look how many tomatoes I'm getting this year. I haven't pruned any leaves. I'm getting red tomatoes, but I'm getting quite a few tomatoes. Look at that. So I don't have to buy tomatoes. And they're forming on the top. Look at that. They're just getting huge. Last year I just left my garden. I wanted to go to San Diego and visit my grandbaby and my daughter. And I came back and there were so many tomatoes and they weren't spoiled. They just were very red. So it's not like you have to pick them off the vine. I'm getting tomatoes there. I'm getting these sun sugar tomatoes. I'm also getting these purple. These are chocolate sprinkles. Look. Getting chocolate sprinkled tomatoes. Getting so many. Look how many. Look at that cluster. Just getting them throughout. And I haven't pruned these. I'm not going to prune them this year. That's my experiment this year. I'm going to be lazy and just let nature do its thing. Look at that. And look, guys, I'm getting peppers. Getting lots of peppers. These are orange peppers. So we know they have to change orange before we pick them. This one's starting to form peppers. Look at all those peppers. And look at my kale. My kale is insane. Look at that. And I've been picking off of this, and it just replaces itself. It's the plant that keeps giving. And it tastes so good. Look at this basil is going ballistically insane. It's getting these flowers, and that's because I let it flower inside. But I've just been pulling those off. Any of these flowers like that, I've just been pulling these off. See, look at these flowers. Just pull them off like that. And that makes it spread out more. I had never had any do that before. This is probably the 4th generation of this basil. I keep it going inside and out. And I have some more basil I need to plant now that it's the 4th of July. That's when I usually put one more out. I have parsley. My sage is really going strong. I'm going to have to do some cooking videos with this sage. Something's eating it though. It's getting some holes in those leaves. I'm not sure why. But look how big it's getting. That's going to be so good in a lot of dishes. And it's so pretty to garnish with. It's so very unusual, and I like the color. And then I have my manzanilla. This is chamomile, and it's starting to flower. It's not getting big though. That's not good. But, oh, it looks like there's ants in here. Look at all the ants in there. Oh no. I might have to till this up a little bit. That's probably what's stunting the growth of that. Look at that. So many ants. They like made a network in here. Let's dig around here and see what's going on with these ants. I don't know. That is not cool at all. That is not cool at all. Let's just loosen up some of this soil and dig around here. And then I think I'm going to water it a little bit. Alright guys, and let's water it a little bit and see if that helps those ants to go away. I don't know what's going on with these. That's concerning to me. Alright. Alright, I don't know. So many ants in there. We're going to have to do something about that. And then I have my ginger. I'm getting new growth in here. Ginger coming up constantly. These ginger leaves taste so good when you use them as tea. So good. And then I have 2 things of chives. They're doing okay. Chives stay green all the way up until December. And then they go dormant for a little bit. And I have some oregano. That's doing fantastic. My sunflowers are getting huge. Look at that. They're about 3 feet now. They grew so much over just the last couple weeks. They've grown so much. And they're starting to get flowers forming on them. Look at that. Getting a lot of sunflowers. We are definitely in the dog days of summer, guys. Look, guys, I got a harvest today. I'll be eating out of my garden today. Look, I have okra, I have tomatoes, broccoli, carrots, and an onion. I'm going to steam those broccoli florets and carrots. That looks so good. Give us this day our daily bread. Thank you, Jesus, for this food. Hallelujah. Look at that. He takes care of me.